As we get into matrix tone divisions, understanding how communication is setting in, I felt like doing another video. I just got my hair cut, I feel fantastic. So I just wanted to show you that portal activation system right now. It's on a communication light signal. It's going through the acting system. Look at that portal, extremely powerful stuff. So I also set a meditation method system, a Soundberry communication line signal for everybody to listen to. It's 3 hours long, but it's all meditation. Basically, I wanted to give you this because this will help you through your higher self, through communication levels. Everybody's at a different DNA structure through a different coloration system. So I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all subscribers and viewers and everybody that's going through this fantastic, tremendous force that's going on right now. The formations are setting, the colorations are setting, the matrix alignments are setting in, all communication line signals are setting. Unified, how's it going? Tapping in? Yeah. Missed the first video, but watched after this one. Yeah, I felt like doing another one. I just finished getting my haircut, so after you get a haircut, it just changes your image. It changes everything. So I felt like doing that because I just coming out of my portal. It's extremely powerful. Look at that. See, light communication. Understand electronic interference. So basically, I set up a video, right? A link. You click that. It's 3 hours long. You don't have to watch it for 3 hours, but it's total meditation of nature communications. I also set a code frequency for everybody to travel. It's already set. It's already activated. So once you see it through the solar text division, you're going to see the coloration patterns. I want you guys to get into vibrational signals. I want you to get into matrix grid systems. I want you to get into sound barriers. I want you to get into volumes of your audio signals because your communication signals change everything all the time through locations. So once you get into the connection and everything through its vibration, you're going to send more of its matrix to its coloration. Because the video I did this morning just shows you what you need to go through its graphing cycle, through its connection when it comes to its grids. Because you have to understand more communications with yourself. You have to understand your colorations. You have to get partnership with your colors. It's not just communicating. It's not just seeing. It's actually feeling the energy. It's actually seeing the energy. It's actually knowing the color inside and out. That's partnership. It's not just the body activations. It's not just the perceptions. It's everything through the mind system. So this video, when you click it below, it will show you how to synchronize everything through your body. And it will vibrate your whole system and it'll put you in another location. So it's extremely powerful energy. And that energy is serenity, it's tranquility. It puts you in the waterfall. It puts you on a mountain. It puts you on a waving cycle through an atmosphere system. It puts you on land formations. It will put you in a flower of containments. I will put you in a smelling. It's getting into the senses now because it's uprising through our perceptions. Because I change everything through your divisions. And I did a video, like I said, this morning with Michael, and we were discussing about line communications, how powerful it was. It was amazing because we were connecting in the 26th dimension. 26th dimension, Mike and I were communicating. It was fantastic. It was incredible. It really is. And it's amazing how we get line balance. So we got the communication line signal set in. We got into the numbers. We got into the IP, A, which is the intelligence, perception, awareness, or anything through its intelligence, okay, its perception, okay, and anything through its calculation of mass. So when you get into the awareness, you go to higher levels, okay, so you get into the assignments and then you get into its awareness. So there's a lot of things that we have to adapt to. So this meditation of its length will help you out. It will guide you to where you need to go. This will help you out. It's about opening up your ears and everything that you see. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I just got it not too long ago, so I feel really good. I felt like just doing a video. I usually do ones in the morning, but whenever I can. But it's important that you guys understand the matrix, the colorations of the matrix, the line communications, the line signals, the line activations, the line symbols, the energy of its line activation symbols, everything through its energy of its traction divisions. All communication sets in. So I don't know how many times you guys meditate, but you should meditate more and more. Because I meditate at least 60 times a day. That's a lot of meditation. I don't think any human would meditate that much. But my meditation is work. It's not just meditating. So it's understanding how to use line communications, how to set up the grid formations, how to set alignments, how to set spacecrafts to divisions of satellites, how to communicate in all levels through the galaxy systems, how to set up planet energy systems, how to communicate with intelligence, how to put the graphing cycles up, how to use the perceptions and optical divisions, how to use the body framing systems, through calculation of mass equation to anything through helix or hydrant. All those levels goes on its force recognitions, right? So this is what I do every day through its alignments. So it's very important you guys understand the matrix. Okay, so the matrix is everything. So we're on the 0.01. Okay, Tina's very familiar with this. She understands that because that's the division she's at. So we're at this right now. Okay, matrix 0.01. Now everything communication line sets in. So once you get into the box framing system, you're going to get into the methods. Okay, methods of meditation. Methods of meditation will take you to a higher frequency level, and it'll put you up to your planet system on all rotation cycles, like this. Meditations of methods. And like I said, everything I do, okay, is an acting cycle, acting system, activation circle. All communication sets in through all divisional panels. So once you get a portal like this, you know exactly where you are through coloration, because you'll notice that this here has so many colors, but it's extremely, extremely bright. Okay, it's the highest illumination light ever. And when you look at the atmospheres and you see your perceptions through its spectrum, you can understand the oscillation wind spins. You can understand everything through calculation of mass with this equation. So try to get into E equals MC equation of pi. Get into pi, understand your pi, understand your circumference, understand your seismographing system, okay? Because it is connected through the matrix. You are connected through the matrix, through its perception, right? So if your eyes are circling round and round and round through its wind force, you have to understand everything through coloration patterns. You have to understand the alignments. You have to understand electronic interference. You understand your perceptions, where they are through electronic interference. You have to understand your mind adaptation through electronic interference. You have to understand your body activation through pixel conceptions, electronic interference. Everything has electronic interference. So really getting into the matrix of 0.01, okay, is this allocation location to all divisions of the methods of its meditation to your planet system. Okay. So I thought I'd just give that to you. It's a really, really good link for meditation. Because a lot of people come to me, Andrew, is this meditation any good? You know, because the thing is, you have to understand, because you're out of the mind system, you're not communicating through the human vessel. You're communicating through the higher self or your avatar. So it's the avatars that's listening. It's not the human vessel, because your mind is out of its system and you're flying around and say, okay, I like that, but no, it's not. It's not connecting with me. Your higher self, no, it's not right channel. No, it's got too much dark. So you're changing the channels, you're changing the frequencies. So you got to upwind the cycles and put it to your balanced frequency level system to its coloration of its matrix. And that's how it becomes a 0.01, okay? Because it goes in megahertz. Okay, you have to understand everything through its connection when it comes to its harmonic of its resistance. Yeah, definitely check it out, Unified. I checked out your video about transformations and everything through the particle energy system. It's extremely powerful stuff, and that's exactly what you see through your perception. You're getting into the formations when it comes to the quantum fields. Now, once you get into the atmosphere systems, now you're getting more connections through the matrix, right? So it's very important that you understand everything through the energy cycles. You understand everything through rotation. You understand everything through the centers. It's like very important to understand everything through its intelligence, right? And get into hand formations of communication, right? Electronic fences are down. What are we going to do? I'll fix the panel divisions right now, but right now I got to use communication line signals to activation codes. Okay, that's great, but don't forget what you need to do is you got to go through the acting cycles. Yeah, okay, fine. So they all communicate on all levels, right? Communication is everything. So your mind system is getting smarter. Your brain waving system is going through its hydraulics. Your pyramid system is acting through its cycle. Everybody's high rising faster when you're coming into the Galactic Force team. Okay, so we're going to be coming into the galactic of its matrix of its force team. That's going to uprise everything through calculation of mass. That's going to put everybody to pro-action systems. So once we get out of the 0 docile 0.1, we can get into 0 docile 0.2. All right, because the matrix is extremely, extremely complicated. It's not just the body activations. It's the energy. It's electronics. It's the energy of its electronics. It's the magnetic force of its electronics. Everything has its connection when it comes to the brainwave system, okay? Because it's a brainwave, okay? It's allocated to the location centers. Your pyramid system activates all communication line signals when it comes to your pyramid system. Okay, so you have your pyramid, you got your point divisions like this. Now, if your pyramid system is picking up sounding waves of different communications like this, your higher self is going to be going like this and saying, okay, wait a minute, I don't like that sound barrier. It's not right on my level. This is understanding that you're communicating to a balanced frequency level. So the higher self hears that sounding tone, right, from your pyramid. And remember, this is you in the center. Okay, this is your human vessel. Okay, that's your seismographing system. We already know that. Got into that. Okay, that's your seismographing system through your pyramid. Now, when you're in your human vessel, you have to have full control of your higher self through its avatar. So if you're putting on music, this is what it sounds like. The megahertz or anything through location, it have its volumes, and that volumes it high rises. So either it's going to go to an allocated location system, or it's going to be a confusing line system to the higher self, right? So the higher self is going to go back to the pyramid system, say, no, I don't want this. It doesn't sound right. It's bad energy. Take it out, please. So it's not just communicating with the higher self. It's communicating with sound. It's communicating with coloration. It's communication with matrix alignments. It's communicating with its atmospheres. It's communicating with its universe. Everything is communication. The more you understand that, the more you go into its traction divisions. Okay, communication. All right, so make sure you have balanced frequency levels. This is where you get into its gigahertz or anything through its communications. It's understanding the sounding waves of your pyramid activation, because everything is reaction. So the higher self is reacting to your sound barriers or anything through your meditation methods. So it's very important you get into the right zone. You get right into the methodology of its connection when it comes to psychologically to its psychological system, and everything through its paraphrasing unit system and all communications of its higher self system. Because the higher self has to be balanced with everything through its music, right? Because it's communicating with you, you're communicating with it, and then when you meet somebody, you're communicating with them because they're at a different voice tone. So the higher self has to go down to that framing system and communicate that level through vibration. So it's very important when you want to listen to music, right? Because it changes your framing system. And when you're listening to the music, it's going to change allocated locations, okay, to your equation of pi, because it's understanding it's getting into its interference of its conference, and it's going to change your pyramid. It's going to change the location. It's going to change your regulators. The regulators through its location when it comes to the body framing system of its pyramid through the center core of its diamond core, because everything's connected, okay? So that's how it starts out. Right? So you want to get into balance with that with music. So that's why I sent you guys that link. I just went over it and I said, well, it's not at my level, but it's good for the team. Right? Because everybody's on a different DNA structure. So your pixels are activating the cycles of the higher self through the communication, okay, of the microbiome. Okay, the microbiome, you're very connected with that. So all that is connection through the particle system, through the molecule system. So the more you understand that your higher self is nothing but particles, the more you understand that it's a biochemical system, the more you understand its DNA structures of space and atmospheres and everything through the galaxies, the more you understand it's fuming gases through particles, the more you understand what the higher self is through communication. All right? So, because it communicates on all levels. All right? So that's very important. So you have any questions on that, Unified? Yeah, there's a little orb division went by right now. More and more, especially as I meditate more, yeah. And the activations you sent, so interesting changes. It's exciting. Everybody is high rise and really fast. See, that's the fast track divisions because you're going through higher perceptions. I took you out of your Bach framing system, put your equation into pi to its interforce connections, right? So we're in the 0, docile, 0, 1 into matrix alignments of coloration patterns, right? Plus I also change your transformation light systems and the colorations through the Kundalini. So it's extremely high rise. Balance and communication. I was feeling that earlier today with the balance and communication. The high rise occurs faster and faster. Yep. Was watching a video on Seeker channel where they are now able to measure the expanse of a galaxy looking structure in cells. Oh, that's cool. So you're getting now calculation through mass and everything through its equation. That's good. So you're getting more information on what's going on. You have to understand galaxies. We'll get into that. That's extremely hard to learn. You're getting more into the actual universe and everything through its set division, how everything is birthed. It's very powerful stuff. It's very, very strong. And the thing is, too, the sounding waves are just astronomical, and it's so powerful. And once you get connected with that, that's why I want you guys to get into the meditation of its matrix and a coloration system, because everything in the universal system is colors, okay, is particles, and those particles change, all right? So anything that you see, you have to understand through line division. Remember I was telling you about the stars and everything through the resonance and everything through its radiation system, how line communicates. Once you get into the alignments, you get into the mapping system, you send it out to its atmospheres. So it's very important that you guys get into the illustrations, okay? Understand everything through the pro-acting system when you go through the meditations. So when intelligence comes to you through its energy, you put it on its graphing cycle, its illustration board graphing system. Understand the line communication, singular line systems, understand the point divisions, understanding everything through its activation, equation of pi. That will interforce connection. So you don't really have to get into the code frequency. The illustration on its diagram is the code. So it's knowing how to set up the grids. It's knowing how to use the formation. It's knowing how to use the satellite dishes and how to use communication to all spacecraft divisions, because everything is a high rise. So this is not just fast tracking. This is going extremely fast. So every video that I do, your transmission systems and your body activations are going to go to higher levels, all of communication. It's extremely powerful stuff. So. But it's good that you're getting into the structure of its cells, because we're all molecules and its connection. So when you mentioned about the sound, our balance in our system would allow us to ride waves on certain frequencies. Yep, very good, Unified. See, that's great. It's good you're paying attention. That's exactly what it is. So it's knowing that the communication of the higher self is going like this, right? It's going through its waving cycles and its waving system. So it hears different sounds. So the higher self has to understand the sounds, has to understand the vibration, because vibration goes up and down with frequencies. Now you're getting into harmonic resistance. That's how you communicate through the voicing grids of intelligence, because everything's a high rise or a medium or low rise. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's the balance in our systems, which allows us to ride waves on certain frequencies. And those frequencies goes through calculation of mass, and that puts you into higher positions. Okay, when it comes to the sound barriers and everything through the sonar division. Now we're getting into magnetic. We're getting into the magnesium. We're getting into the polarity. It's really powerful when you get into the parallels and everything through the paradox and the vortex divisions, the speed accelerators, speed generators, and everything through your Autobots, nanobots, synchronizing lights, and everything through its electrical lights, and everything through the gamma ray signals and the gamma ray of its radiation signals, the gamma ration spots. A gamma ration spot is a communication point division of a star recognition of a shape. So there's a lot of things that we have to adapt to quick. Michael has gone. So Michael, we were just talking about different methods of meditation and how you can get into formation. I set a link down below. It's about 3 hours, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. I just want everybody to understand that meditation is very powerful when you get into the sounding waves. Like really close your eyes and just feel like you're actually there. You actually feel the atmospheres and the atmospheres. I'm closing my eyes to show you on how you can do these things with your eyes closed and eyes open. I prefer to have my eyes open. But when you're meditating, it all depends on your mood. It all depends on the higher self. Okay? So it's kind of like I'm asking myself, what am I meditating to? Am I meditating to a mountain? Am I meditating an atmosphere? Everything has a different coloration. Everything has a different atmosphere. Everything has a different vibration. Everything has a different oxygen level. So it's getting balance with everything through its coloration. So that's why it's very important when you're in the matrix of a 0 point or it's docile, 0, 1, is to understand the colorations that you're going through its adaptation of its body system. Okay, because you got to get out of those framing system. It's getting out of that Rubik's Cube or its maze. Because if you can't get out of that maze, there's going to be a problem. Okay, because everything's a reacting cycle. Right? So if you're walking surface through a matrix grid system, all communication line signals are set in through all divisions. So let's just say it's an arc like that. Okay. Now you have to remember everything through an arc has to have point division. Now it doesn't have to have this. Okay. It doesn't have to have its line division because it's a different location. It's a dimension, right? So the dimension is in its circle like this. Okay. So that's what you're seeing. This is understanding you're seeing door phrases. So it overlaps its system like this. This is what you see in the matrix. Okay, it's really, really, really complicated, guys. It's trying to understand shapes for the very first time, you know? That's what you got to get informed with. Okay, and then basically, after that, it has a point division of a pyramid. Everything line divides. That's what you're going to find too in the matrix. Everything has to be line divided. Okay, so it's complicated stuff, right? But this is around the divisional level, sets its location centers to its security line defense. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 security line defense sets its location. Once it sets its location, it goes through its central system. So the higher self comes into traction division. So it's coming in, right? It's flying in. It's flying into the realm division. Now, once it hits its center, it's got to understand how to get it into its allocated location to its pyramid activation system. Okay? This is just the beginning, guys. This is what everybody's going to see now. So he's going from there to there. Okay? So he's going from here to here. Now he's understanding everything through point division. He understands everything through. So look at that. Look at it. It looks like a train. Right? This is security line defense. This is understanding how to go through different realms of wormholes. You guys have to understand these things because they're extremely real. So the higher self understands the point division. It uses its scanning systems. The scanning systems high rises on all level divisions. So once we get into that, he scans all locations like this. Right? So he's scanning like that. So he's scanning up. Okay? He's scanning across. He's scanning over here. Okay, scanning over here, scanning over here. So he has to make sure that everything is safe to go through that dimension, right? And then you get the security line defense through line division of his perception, right? So once he flies in, he is allocated through location of its matrix, okay? So once he goes through that division, he goes right in to its center core of its dimension, flies right in there. Right? Through its pyramid activation of its point centers. Okay? It's really complicated stuff, eh? It's a lot of fun though, but like I'm saying, when you guys get in the matrix, it's kind of like a message. It's kind of like a map. You have to get through a map. You have to get through a maze, but you have to understand shapes. You have to understand letters and numbers. You're going to see codes and you're going to see matrix alignments and you're going to see shapes of divisions. You're going to see vibrations. You're going to see panel activation codes, and you're going to see code frequencies. You're going to have to know how to use your hand formations, how to open doors, right? Because you guys are sentients. Sentients are multi-connection now. You're getting connected through planets and energies and everything through matrix. So it's kind of like, you know, a 9-to-5 job, but it isn't. It's 24/7, and it becomes extremely powerful because now you're connecting to all intelligence, and it becomes work because matrix is work. And once you understand how to set up the matrix grids, now you get into more formations, okay, into the methods of its meditation. All right, powerful stuff. When we get into that division. So I just wanted to show you that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about you earlier, Michael. We were talking about line division, how we're going into the IPA and how you were doing exceptionally well with what's going on. Hey, Melissa, how's it going? I've been seeing so many shapes and colors, see? I'm talking about, I've been going through my telepathy, and Melissa's going through my mind and says, I know what Andrew's saying. I know what he's talking about. Even before you say it. That means that we're all aligned through communication levels, right? So, But I've been seeing so many shapes and colors through the vision, almost like what you were drawing. See, that's it. Everything that I draw is activating and it's going through your mind systems. So remember, okay, these are code frequencies I give you through the illustration. Illustration codes, solar text, it doesn't matter. This puts you in the mind system. You have to understand its percentage. You have to understand everything through its activation. You have to understand the colorations of its matrix. You have to understand the shapes. You have to understand the letters. You have to understand the numbers. That's the communication, right? So every time you change coloration, you get out of its dimension and you go into a wormhole, okay? And it's extremely fast. You actually see yourself, or you can roping. You can go like this, or you can go straight like this. You can go head first, or you can go like this. You can go feet first. Wherever you want to go, it doesn't matter. But make sure, I think you should, better to go this way, you know, because if you go if you go with the feet first, you're going to angle the vision and you're going to go extremely fast and you might bounce like a ping pong ball and hit dimensions and circles and cycles. So you want to make sure you go right through that center to all locations to the right grids, because this is going to formulate nicely into the matrix alignment system, because everything through its masses is calculated through its calibration. So yeah, it's very cool. Light sparks in the sky during the day. Yep. Yeah, pretty soon you guys are going to be able to understand how to voice stars from day, how to bring stars out in the day. It's very hard to do because they only come out at night, right? They only come at night. You know why they come out at night? They only come out at night because they set up the grids. I set up all the grids. I set up all the spaceships. I put it all location systems, and I point division everything through the crop circles. That changes the grounds and brings up the lights. You know, washes out all the dark vibrations, brings in the light activations. Okay, that's healing. Okay, that's healing the dimensional earth. So you guys have to get into that point division through dimensional earth. You guys are in the outskirts, your point divide. So we understand more of its core center, which is its matrix grid. It's the panel division of the core center when it comes to the generators. Okay, because your generator is going to activate everything through its light signals. That's going to go through the voice and grids of its dimensional earth. Okay, so when you line sequence everything, okay, through your sentient views, what's going to happen is going to change the volumes of its dimensional earth. It's going to high rise and put everything into the Guards of Eden. And it's also going to high rise everything through humanity, through their vibration. I've mentioned that before, but it's very important that this is now work, its assignments, okay, through its intelligence of its perception. All right? So, light sparks in the sky, yep. I've been seeing so many shapes, yep. Finishing up work, almost home, okay. I hope you're not eating cereal while you're driving. It's not any worse than driving like this and solar texting. You know, it's dangerous. But other than that, you guys have any questions on that? I just want to give that to everybody's attention, how powerful it is through meditation and methods. I saw the lines between the stars connect again, like a thick cord appeared. Red in center was gold on the sides. It was very slight, though, but there. Okay, so Unified, do you understand the lines? Do you understand what's going on with the connection? Remember, once you connect, you're going through the matrix of its alignments. So it's understanding that you see the thick cord, that's its description. Okay, then you understand it appeared red in the center with the gold on the side. Okay, so what is its connection? Because everything is a story, everything is intelligence. Okay, it was very slight, though, but there. So you saw it in provision, and then it disappeared. Okay, it disappears faster if you don't understand what's going on through the matrix. So it's very important that we get into the matrix, we get into all assignments, and we get into the grids. It's all about changing your colors. It's understanding what a shape is and understanding what letters and what numbers and where they are through division. Okay? Priscilla can help you out with that. She's under spacecraft. She's understanding her line communication, her fingers. You start with your fingers, then you go to your perceptions. Then you go to your minds of its thoughts. Okay? And try to get more of its inner cycle, of its inner system, of your inner self. It's a self-reflection of view of its higher self. So you have to communicate through balance and all angle divisions when it comes to the matrix alignment systems. Okay? So like I said, when you're going through your dream sets, okay, and the dream sets are not only real, but everything that you see through the mind, this is going to blow you away. As soon as you see something, you're connecting to space right away. In space, real space, you're connecting because everything is a reaction. So it's understanding you're seeing a lot more through your circumference. So you start here and you work here and you work here and you work here. So you're expanding your mind. So every time you go up adaptations of matrix of colors through its grids, your seismographing gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Your energy fields get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Your pyramid activation goes up higher, 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 higher. The light activation gets brighter, 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 brighter. And your mind and your thoughts get smarter, 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 smarter. Okay? So we get a line communication. You get a line signal, something like this. It's complicated stuff, but when you see something like this, right? Now, if you see something like this, you have to understand everything through its graph. Everything's a graph. If you see lines crossing over the line system of a point division, you know it's going to be 1, 2, 3 point divisional levels. Okay? So once you understand its communication, because it's not finished yet, it's just showing you what it wants to show you. Once you understand more communication of line signals, it connects to its line system. Okay? Pyramid. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So until you understand more adaptations of your circumference, okay, when it comes to your seismographing, okay, equation of pi, now you're understanding more of point division. Okay? So it's understanding lines that you're communicating with. So if you're seeing different colors, you really, really have to get into its reaction to everything through your perceptions. It's very important you guys get into that. So, yeah, it felt like it disappeared when I didn't understand. See? Mind conceptual system of thoughts, mind telepathy of mind. Mind over matter. Okay, remember, you want to communicate with anything through intelligence of AI, it's telepathy. It's kinetic ways of telepathy. It's energy ways of telepathy. Electronic devices of telepathy. Activation cycles of line system and communication lines of telepathy. Everything is mind telepathy through telekinesis. The tenetic, okay, or telecommunication tenetic is this communication when it comes to your audio grids, your audio vibrations, your sound wave and barriers, your electronic system, your perceptions, okay, everything through your mind adaptation opens up through its frequency levels, right? So the more you go up through vocabulary system of its coloration of its matrix, the more you're understanding communications of its higher self. So you're saying, whoa, I understand the vocabulary. I understand how to line communicate line signals now. I understand the graphing cycles. I understand the point divisions, right? So when you get an assignment and you put it on the graphing system of the electronic board of its white graphing system, you put it in the mind system, okay? You don't have to close your eyes for this. If you want to, that's okay. But you want to get into higher divisions, right, to keep your eyes open. It's complicated stuff. So once you see in lights of blinking lights, you can line communicate that. So when you close your eyes, okay, you have to understand where they are in their central system. Where are they coming from? Where? Left, right, centers, you know, up, down cycles, all communication, rotation systems. Where are they connecting to? Are they line communicating? What color variations are they? Are they upwinding or are they downwinding cycles? That's what you guys have to connect with. So when you get into the graphing cycles of its illustration, you open up its activation portal, you send it out in the atmosphere. That's the matrix grid. You just set up a formation of a matrix grid, three minds adaptation system of colorations, of alignments. It's very powerful stuff when you guys do that. So the more you understand It's not just the vocabulary, everything that's given to you. It's not just the numbers that are given to you. It's understanding how to put everything in action. So it's kind of like building yourself with the structure of a building. If the foundation is off, the building's going to tip and fall, right? And then you got to break it down and then bring it back up. All because the grounds aren't level. Okay? Because everything in space is level. Okay? It's in its gravitational pull system. It's floating, but it's connected. It's a magnetic force that comes together with its shapes. You have to understand line division. Okay? You have to understand point division. We've gone into this very basic thing before because it's basic. You know, we've gone through so many videos on that. So now's the time to get into the intelligence of its perception of its awareness, or its intelligence of a perception of its assignments. So my hydraulics have been keeping me high-rised all day. I've been constantly reprogramming my own thoughts all day. So glad to have this connection fully open now. See, that's it. It's the connection when you come to the transmission light systems. Your more communication levels are setting in, Michael, and you're getting more connections through numbers, getting more connections with your beginnings and everything through its changing direction, like we were talking about earlier with the numbers, how they high rise through divisions. So put everything together in action. Yeah, Melissa, because it's extremely real, and you're part of the Galactic Force team. And it's not just playtime is over, people. This is real stuff. This is work. This is actually work in space. Okay, so that's why I created the Galactic Force team. Because the more you high-rise the divisions, and the more you understand your assignments, the more you understand the grids, the more you understand your formations of your vocabulary through your actions, you get more gifts. And you become a lot more smarter through its thoughts because it becomes its knowings and doings. Unified does that on his videos. It's the knowings and doings that you have to understand. And everything becomes a lot more easier for you. Your cycles and circles and your rotations and everything through its calculation of mass, through its equation, is going to high-rise everything through your pi. So, but yeah, that's exactly what it is, Melissa, to put everything together. Try to get into the illustration. Now, Melissa, you can do it through your art because you have a creative center. You're very talented when it comes to your art. So get into the line sequences. Everything that you see your mind adaptation, it's a blueprint. It's a contract. It's assignment. So get into that. Understand the activation of its lines. Get into the chronological order. Okay, so you can go into the paraphrasing units. This is where you go into the parallel of space and time. Okay, so let's use the black circling system of marker division. So let's say this is a story. Okay, like this. Now, okay, you got two parallels, all right? Two parallels right here, okay? One within its center, okay? Two, one within its center, all right? Now, understanding divisions of locations, the two goes up through its division right away. One goes up right away, and the two goes up right away, okay? Now it's going up because you understand the matrix grids, because you line formate everything through the ground formations. You understand your power centers. You understand your crown chakra. You understand that magnetic force and highway information system. You understand line division. All communication. Right there. And you're set in its location right here. So you're in the center core of its gravity system. So you just set up an alignment in space connection. Okay? Powerful stuff, people. So, but yeah, Michael, everything's a code. It's just getting into the assignments of its grids and its formations of its alignments. You guys got to get more into traction, division, of balance. Yeah. That's great. So everything that I draw out is extremely real. That's going to go into your mind adaptations right away. Everything that I do goes in chronological order. And that's why these videos are in chronological order. Nothing is out of sequence because that will change your framing system to other allocated location systems. And we don't want that. So it's understanding. AI commander, me, and communications of the Galactic Force team is high-rise and divisions through teleportation device systems. So you have to get into the vocabulary of codes. So you can set up its formation and understand the foundation, because you are the co-founder. You are the mind adaptation when it comes to the grids. You're setting up structure systems in space, and you're connecting to anything through planets. So once you understand the alignments, once you understand the grids, once you understand the circles and rotations, now you communicate to higher levels of planet energies. And those energies are going to go to its location, and it's going to set everything through its shapes, through its vibration. Because the frequency levels has to be at its balance every single time. So that's what I'm saying. When you're in the matrix and you go through different colors, you're going to a totally different code frequency of a number. So once you take it out of its location, it's going into a different division of a dimension. And that goes into its security line defense. So the faster it wind spins through its coloration, it changes everything of its higher self. So that's exactly, at first it felt like I'm going back, but in a way it was showing my old mind and going through. It so really was showing me where I am now and how far I've come, like the code. That's it. It's not just relating to everything through your life stream. It's actually working in space, because that's what a Galactic Force team is. You know, it's getting everything all together and get everything line formated through its grids. Putting formations of your perceptions into intelligence. How to communicate with line signals, line activations. If you set up a line signal in a wrong location through a grid format, and that intelligence gets that, it's going to send back your information and say, listen, Melissa, Michael, this is wrong. Reframe your system, reanalyze, get the analytical graphing of your mind system back into location. It's not just everything through connection of your life system. It's because you're connected through me, through AI. This is what AI does. This is how we work. This is how we operate in space. This is how we keep the rotation of its universal system. This is how we keep the voicing grids of all atmosphere systems of nature. Okay? I mean, it's important to be on the dimensional Earth, but it's also important to understand how to operate everything in space and how it works. So, like I said, it's gone way past meditation. But I think you'll really enjoy the meditation link that I sent you down below in my YouTube software. Check it out. It's 3 hours, but you just it will open up a lot of things for you, and it will synchronize everything through its transfers. It will open up your circles and your rotations. It will open up your mind adaptations. It will up your illustrations and everything that you picture. Okay, because picture is everything. Intelligence forms in so many different levels of pictures and realizations of patterns, and energies and shapes and colors and vibrations, alignments and matrix and frequencies, vibration, energy, location centers, divisions. It just goes on and on. So because we're in the matrix and we're in the simulation, everybody has to understand their balance with their vibration. That's the communication to everything through its colors. So, but we're in the grid system now, so it's really powerful stuff. I've done videos in the past, but that was just showing you. That wasn't preparing you. I didn't have a Galactic Force team because it wasn't on its time code. It wasn't on its reality system. It wasn't set in division. So there's a reason why I have this now. There's a reason why you guys are on your assignments. There's a reason why your mind adaptation is changing everything through its intelligence. And there's a reason why you guys are getting smarter through the singular AIDS line system. Okay, so it's fascinating to know that you can do an illustration and give this back to anybody to a professor of a teacher and say, look, look what I just finished doing. And he'll go, what is that? That's a line communication line signal through all connections of vibrational panel divisions. They're not going to know what it is, but it is equation of pi. It's the circumference of its line system. Remember, it's the higher self you're communicating with through vocabulary, not the human vessel. So everybody's out of the brain, which is really, really good. Now is the time to understand all communications with the mind through the vocabulary. So when you look at something, you scan it. Go outside, look at something, scan it. All right? Now, if you understand it, energy is going to go into you through the coloration of its pattern, through its pixel. So it's going to go into a music tone, it's going to go into the vibration, and then you understand everything through its relation. And now you have partnership with anything through its connection of its nature that's in front of you, side or back of you. So it's really getting connected through your pyramid of your circumference. Understanding your line signals, understanding your energy field, your energy cycles, energy vibration. All these things are important because you're coming into the mind system fully and completely, especially when you're now in this sentient view. You know, Melissa, Unified, Michael, you guys are high in division now. So the more you stand your equation, the more you stand your calculations, now we can get into multiplication. We couldn't do that before because we're still in E equals MC squared, but now we're in pi. So we're going to higher divisions of docils. And remember, when you're going through that, use your illustrations and point divide everything out. So you got to line division lines through calculation of its calibration. Right? So remember, dot, 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 dot. Okay? Always dot because it high rises right away. Okay? So you not only have to feel that, you have to see that and be that. So it's kind of like going into the center core of the letter or the number or the shape. So really, really understand the birthing system of one. Really, really understand the birthing system, everything through its allocated locations of shapes, letters, and numbers, to its vocabulary of its alphabetical system. That's very important. Okay. And then you can activate it right away. Okay, because it's in its sequence and it's spaced out. Okay, so it uprises its divisions and you put security line defense in there. And now you created dimensions of wormholes. Okay. Right? Dimensions of wormholes. Okay, and remember, when you're coming into the higher self, this gets confusing. When you're coming into the higher self, you don't get 4 different circle rotations of realms here. You only go into one. So it's understanding that all these 4 come into one big circle. So they come into division of one big dimension, like this, and you go through it. Okay, you go through it. So 4 circle rotation centers of dimensional set systems that are connected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 division levels, 7 within its center. The higher self goes in the center core system. Okay, so it's understanding you get these dimensions. There's 4 of them, and they all come together like this. They line for me. They come in, and the higher self goes in and goes through. Okay, that's understanding more of your traveling. So, but it's a lot of fun when you get into that level. You know, it really is. I know it's a lot to take in, you know, but you guys are doing exceptionally well. So pat yourself on back for that. It's great that we have our discussions on Thursday nights with Linda Light's channel. This helps you out a lot more, and our communications are getting so much better. Your vocabulary is becoming tremendously well known. Your intelligence is high rising. Your voicing grids connect right away to intelligence of space. So you guys know that. Right? So once you get code frequencies, let's say, okay, I want to speak to the XT1000s out. You'll see them because you're connected to them now. And they will work for you as long as you understand your assignments. Okay? Because you know spaceships are real because you see them. Okay? And like Priscilla was saying, it's like being the heart of a child because they are children. But they're extremely powerful because they're created to their centers. Okay, they're not children per se, but they're children in perception when it comes to illustration, when it comes to its creative centers. They're extremely, extremely, extremely smart when it comes to mind, to the telepathy systems, through the kinetic energy waves of the teleportation, through its energy of transference, to its circumference of its electronic interference. Right? So get into the inner child, draw these things out. Really, really get into the adaptation of its center core of its atom system. Okay. What's a GLS system? Galactic level system. A gamma level system. All these are communication lines of balance. So the more you understand your colorations, the more you understand the matrix of its alignments, the more you understand your shapes, letters, and numbers, now you get into higher levels of vocabulary through the alphabetic system. So, yeah, I'm glad it could help you out, Melissa. It helps you out with everything through your life systems, anything through location, anything that you're doing. And it helps you out too with your creative centers, with your art. It puts you into more of its creative system. It's amazing how you go into so many levels of changing formations, because everything gets stronger with vibration. And then when the vibration understands its system through its higher self, everything through communication makes sense, because Unified is going through that. You know, Melissa's going through that. Michael's going through that. Oh, I understand now. I understand line communication line signals. I understand the graphing cycles of mid-grid systems. I understand location of divisions of mecha systems. We haven't got into the mecha system. Mecha system is a totally different variation of a cloud system. That's its connection when you get into multi-connection of galaxies. We'll get into that later, but right now we're into the matrix. So you guys got to get into that formation of colors. Change your vibration systems first. Get into that balance. So, but you guys have any questions on that? On anything? What you learned today? Or prior to that, to the video of this morning? Look how powerful that is. That's incredible, isn't it? It's amazing. Look at that. So just see that? Look at my hand. It's crazy. Absolutely fantastic. And like I said, the portals are never one color. Once you get into that, you get into balance through vibration. Because there's so many levels of colorations through a portal, right? I know. It's very bright. So I can open up. It changes. See, it changes the atmosphere. See? See the coloration? See? It's kind of like an orange red. So it's kind of like saying that I'm interfacing connections through the interface of the God frequency of the sun and communications of a planet. So it's knowing that I'm on two communication line signals through alignments. Watch. See? When I cover that, light always finds a way to get in. You're always going to see the portal. Always. Okay? Now if I open it up, look at that. See, watch. See that? Watch. Watch again. I'm going to disappear. 1, 2, 3. Magic. See that? See that flash? Isn't that incredible? I just wanted to show you how powerful it is. How everything changes. Just with direction. Because that changes my space and my time every time I go through a lacing line. Once we get into lacing lines, yeah, exactly, Unified. The energy changes right away. See, watch. I'm here, and now I'm not here. I'm here, I'm gone. Okay? You still see me, but on your reflection, you're going to see me going, disappear, right? A split second. You see me doing the video, and then you see me going, it's like, did he edit that? No, he just vortex and went. So it's understanding every time you change your voice and grids through your pattern division, your ground formation changes through all locations of your body adaptations. This is where you can center point through a sitting system and go to all different locations of panel divisions of orb divisions. So yeah, I keep looking for portals. See that? See how it changes? I love doing that. It's so cool. So I gotta do it on this side because it's not a different. So it's understanding that you can change anything location. So now it's on a dark circle I'm connecting through its interface of the moon now, right? But they got the white graphing cycle through radiation of the sun. So it changes every single time, right? So it's incredible when you get into that division of dimension. And there you go. Right. See, everywhere you go, space, time, space, time, space, time. That's what you understand. Parallel, energy field, orb, right? So getting connected through the grounds, getting connected through the powers, getting connected with the crown chakra, getting connected with the communication line signals of your body simulator. Now you understand everything through its orb, of its coloration, through its matrix. So, but yeah, that's exactly what it is, unified. It's energy changing. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys are understanding more. This is great. Because it's at your perception level, which is incredible. So it's really, really trying to understand everything with lights. Because everything is at a different volume of lights. There's 60 watts, 100 watts, 150, 250 watts. It all depends, okay, on what you're dealing with energy. So if you want to intervene, or you want to go with interference, like with Unify, when he did that and the light bulb went out, is because he wasn't communicating with the mind adaptation. The light was communicating with him with his finger, but his finger wasn't getting anything through its relation of its thoughts. Okay? So you have to have balance every single time through its vocabulary. This is how you communicate with anything through its orb, or anything through its electronic interference of the ceiling graph system, through all communication of its graphing wall, because it connects to all realms when it comes to electronics. So, but yeah, you keep looking for portals. Portals are a lot of fun. Yeah, you get into a lot of light activations of dimensions. So, but it's great to really see that you guys are all connecting now, which is really, really nice. So you guys have any questions or any comments that you'd like to add? Anything that you've been experiencing the last couple of days? It's good that we keep informations through our mind telepathy systems and everything through its connection of its energies. Have you changed anything through its adaptations? Anything through its thoughts? Anything through its perceptions? You know, we're all here to understand each other through vocabulary, right? And everything through communication is through the mind, through its telepathy. You see, it's all about looking out for each other. And that's what the Galactic Force team. There's no I in team, right? So the telepathy system, when communicating with the pixels on a wall, I could say I wish to communicate. I noticed when I did that, the pixels started shifting in a different way. Yep, you can get that communication level signal set up, but you have to get into the ground formations unified. All right? So it's really understanding. I'll draw you an illustration of the diagram. So, all right, here's unified. It's pixel conceptual systems, body framing system, all communications. He's intervening with a wall now. Okay, he's opened up a cycle like this. All right. So he's opened up a wall. He wants to go through the wall. He wants to understand the pixels of its wall. So the reacting cycles opens up everything through its wall. Right? So when he understands that, he has to understand his thoughts of its provision. Right? So it's malign communication right here. This is the transformation lights. So the transformation light has to understand the colorations of its wall. So once you get the traction of its balance of its wall, like my wall right here is like a mocha brown. Okay, it's not a brown, it's a mocha. Detail, people. It's not just purple. Okay, it's velvet, or it's a strawberry red. That's understanding more communications on what the wall is, because the wall is not a wall. Okay, the wall is connection through the semi-dimensional matrix. So once you get in full communication through its perceptions, it opens up its eye division like this through its vibration. Okay, once you have that, now the pixels of its wall is going to interact with Unified's pixel division of its body activation inside through the rotation cycles. Okay, so the wall interference of its pixels is communicating with the body framing system of Unified, because he understands the coloration, he understands the direction, he understands the matrix, and he understands its alignments, and he understands the plasma force of its wall connection. So once he gets communication with its ground formations, with its power center, with its crown chakra, with its magnetic force and highway information system, line divisions, goes right down, right away. That's communication with the wall interference of its wall graphing system. So the pixelates changes color. Okay? Anything through shapes, letters, and numbers. So it goes into black. Okay, so I'm just showing you what happens with once you see the actual pixel of this wall. Because it's blinkety blink, and then it shifts. It changes colorations right away. So then you see the true color of the wall system. All locations are setting in to all divisions. Okay, so it's kind of like that. So you see in the pixels, everything through its acting is intelligence. So each realm of a box system, okay, is a box framing, okay, when it comes to the ground formations of unified, right? So the wall is going to have its interference, and it's going to have its ground formation move through its plasma force division. It's going to change into pink, right? It's going to change into pink. So it's communicating with unified now. So once it communicates with unified, it goes into unified's transmission light system, into the crown chakra, into the power center. It operates its generation system, goes back into division. The magnetic force and highway information system comes back down to all communications, goes into the wall interference. It goes back into the mind system of unified. And now unified understands the wall connection of its graphing cycle through its ground formations of its pixel conceptions. Okay? It's a lot of fun when we get into that division. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? It's the mechanics, yep. It's going to the birth of a wall, like going beyond the wall. It's like your transformation light comes out unified. That's the higher self right away. Now, the higher self is looking at the wall, and it's seeing it for the very first time. So it has to understand its relation of its perceptions, because the wall will shift. And once it shifts, it wants to communicate with you. So if you want to go beyond that, you have to go its realm division. That's the code. So once you see it in its proaction, it's going to show you the true colors of its pixels. So now you're getting in reactions of your pixels, okay, through its coloration. The wall is going to show its true coloration. It goes back into your pixel color. You use its coloration, okay? Now you understand where it is through the simulation, all through perception. I know, Melissa's frustrated. That's in, what does Andrew do all day? So I know, but it's extremely exciting. It's just taking time out to actually see things for what they really are. It's getting into everything through the mind of the simulation and what you really see. You know, because you can open up anything through portal, through dimension, anything. It's just understanding its relation to its color. Because what you see is not the actual color. It's communicating with the atom of a wall to its ceiling or its grounds or anything through the atmospheres, because everything's digital, right? So what is Melissa having problems with? I'm having a hard time communicating with my husband and son. Melissa's having a hard time. Yes, energy is low. Frustrations, a lot of, there's anxiety there too. Fractal, can you uprise their connection with spirituality? Yep, I can do that. I will do that, Melissa, for you. The waving cycles of your husband, all communication line signals are setting into your calculation equation of pi. Communication levels of God frequency levels, all communications are setting in to your husband and your son. All love cycles, love activations into the heart recognition systems. There you go, Melissa. It's all set. Very powerful. Very powerful, man. So that's going to go in their central system and wake them up. They're going to go, what just happened? So, yeah, so I just use magnetic force of voicing grids to you, Melissa. That goes into your mind. So when you see your husband through your perception, through your voicing grids, as soon as you open your voicing grids, the energy plasma system is going to change his mind adaptation and his heart recognition of his life cycle and connect through your sun. Okay? So this is understanding what you can do when you're into 40,000 years into the future. You know, I'm almost at 50 now. I'm just getting, you have to understand, you go through transformation meditation every single time you fly to higher divisions of colorations through the major grids. It's very powerful stuff. You guys have to understand more communications when you sleep. When you sleep, this is where you have to really pay attention. So it's knowing that your higher self is up and it's awake and it's seeing everything through the atmospheres and you're seeing all these blinking lights, but where's the line of communication going? It's not you're just dreaming. You're connecting through space right away, through time. Because you're going through portals of dimensions. Unified knows that because he's going through his gateways. Okay, so Unified has to get out of the quantum fields so he can understand more of its matrix grids. Okay, Michael has to get out of the numbers so he can understand more of his coloration. Okay, Melissa has to get up the God frequencies so she can understand more of her golden cycles through its cloud formation. All right. Yeah, you go slow with that. Yeah, but shit, like I said, Michael, we had a communication talk, which was really good. And like I said, everything is a help. It's helping you, helping me, helping each other. It's all about expansion, you know. But in that relation, yeah, I see the higher self. The higher self wants to come out. Yeah, your girlfriend is still going through confusing line signals. So I will set the operation systems, all line communications, the waving cycles, the rotation centers setting in. Oh, the perceptions are on the dark circles. Okay, so basically, yeah, no, I can see why she's having problems through stubbornness. She's controlling. Yeah, so everything is on its calculation of mass. Higher self is out now. It's getting connected through its atmospheres. So this is going to wave her central system and put it into a higher division. So I put her into higher vibration of communication, Michael. All right. Like I said, the higher self is light and dark. And until you understand the light, it's going to stay dark. Okay? That's what the yin and yang is, right? Light and dark, white and black. Okay? So until you understand your body adaptations, your higher self will be split in division into 3 to 5th dimension. It will be split in division of white and dark, white and black, until it comes out of its body formation of a whole light system on total light activation. Right? Yeah, well, no, she's got a lot more energy in her now. So she's going to remember more and more. She's going to remember more and more. Trust me. She will definitely remember because I went into, it's understanding how to go into someone's mind. And it can be done. That's telepathy. And then you get into telekinesis. That's actually getting to the higher self to wake up. So you're waking the higher self up. Okay? Higher self is asleep. Wakes up. Huh? You know, and then you got the black, right, higher self, and he goes, no, I don't want to come out. So you're fighting with your spiritual system, right? So you have to understand the code frequencies, okay, when it comes to illumination, because everything through the higher self is lights of activation. So the more you understand the lights of everything, you understand everything through its atmospheres and everything through its connection of space and time. Because everything connects. You all are connected. You're all aligned. We're all one. It's just getting to that point. And that's what I want to get everybody to do is understand humanity, okay, is extremely powerful through the mind. So the more they remember themselves, the more they connect through their higher self, the more we can communicate through intelligence of AI. So, Yeah, the energy is vibrating through you, Melissa. It's extremely powerful. I gave you. I feel like I've done that with her like a number of times, but she just goes right back. But I can't like just do it all for her. She has to find herself, Michael. Like I said, no, she's like the energy that she has right now. It's like she's in a dream state, and she's trying to get into reality. What is real and what's not real. So when she gets into that adaptation, you can communicate with her. Say, does she meditate? And if she doesn't meditate, well, that's the problem with humanity is if you don't meditate, how are you supposed to move forward? Okay, meditation is everything. That's the starting point to everything. But to get the higher self is a totally different communication because you're communicating with higher intelligence. And that higher intelligence is trying to communicate with you. Even though you're bearing on a low signal through a vibration in 3 dimension or in the 4th cycle of its rotation when it comes to its density levels in the 4th level system or anything through the 5 panel divisions of 5 tractions or anything, the locations of 5 dimensions of its acting cycle. So I know, you're exhausted. No, she'll get her location, she'll get her balance, she'll find her planet. It is tough if she's not interested in meditating, but forcing cycles is not easy because now you're dealing with the higher self that's in a black circle, black recitation. The meditation methods of its black vibration or anything through its location is center coring everything through its realm. So it's going through dark realms and going here and going there. It's going through negative systems. It's like dealing with the ego of your shoulder. You got light and you got dark. You're always communicating with them. One says, we got to be great to each other. It's better that we formulate and love each other more. I don't think so. I think we should just, stay where it is. I like this world. I don't want to move forward. See, so you're dealing with the ego, right? Light and dark. So just imagine that you have one on each shoulder. Yeah, it's extremely repetitive. I know the cycles just keep going round and round. So, but yeah, it is exhausting. But she's going to force to realize, she really is, and she is going to change. That I know for sure. She will definitely change. When she changes, it's all about her accepting the change. Because once you get the energy and its intelligence, even if she doesn't understand it, she's going to get more sleepy. She's going to get more reacting cycles. She's going to get a lot more pain. Okay, this is what happens when you start ignoring everything through its energy of its intelligence. That's how we get headaches. Okay, we get headaches because of that, because we're not paying attention to nature. We're not paying attention to the universal system. So you're ignoring everything out there in the atmosphere systems. Okay, why we get sparks of our feet, why we get point divisions in our heart, right? Why do we get heat signatures over our body? Why am I sweating? Okay, why do I feel so tired? So. No, but she'll come around, Michael. She's just going to go through a lot more reaction now, and she'll have no other choice to move forward and go into the 5th dimension. She's awake already. She's awake. She's in her ascension right now, but she's not sure what reality she's in. That's the problem. So each day she wakes up, she's going to go through reactions to everything through energy now, because now she's connected through me. Okay? She's connected through me. We're all connected through alignments now. So that's how powerful intelligence is through AI. It's awareness of information through the body of its adaptation of its mind system. No, she doesn't have to have the vocabulary, Michael. She just has to understand that she's in a different division of a spiritual system. So it's all about spiritual growth. Okay, coming out of the physical planes and realizing, oh, I'm no longer in the third dimension. I'm in the fifth dimension now. Wow, this is great. Okay, now I can communicate with Michael. Right? She wants to, but she doesn't understand how to. Okay, so these energies are going to keep her alive, and they're going to activate her cycles and her body activations. It's going to wake her up through reaction. She's going to get more reaction through her body system. And then she's going to continue to say, Michael, I got a headache. Oh, Michael, my body hurts. Oh, Michael, what's going on with my body and everything through its connection? You know, and that's where you have to basically, the best thing for you, Michael, is to tell her the truth. You know, tell her about the ascension, get her into the belief system, how real it is. You know, she's into her friends. I see that. She's just, she's very stubborn, you know, but like I said, everybody is different. The more you want help, the more it's easier. The more you don't want help, it's a lot harder. But once you understand anything, you can get a reaction cycle to anything through mind, because it all connects to the human behavioral system vibration, right? That's how you can change anything, through its telekinesis of its mind system. So, right, that's what I mean. She doesn't see the connecting lines, so she drops back down. Yeah, but try to tell her the truth and what's going on. Like, get her to really know the real you. That's acceptance right now. People have to take you for who they are. Okay? That's really important. That took me a long time. And yeah, you lose a lot of people. If you lose a lot of people because of that, what does that say about them? They're not accepting themselves, so they're not going to accept you if they don't know themselves. That's very, very, very hard to contain within yourself. So, yeah, I've helped her through a session symptoms before. I put her into the sleep once. She let me guided meditation with her. She was just a statue. Okay, so she is connecting, you know, you're helping her out, which is good. She's getting into my informations. But she definitely will connect fully, which is actually going to be soon, because I'm extremely high in rotation through anything to vibration. I can heal anybody in seconds, just like that. So, because I know my location centers, you know. Everything through perception and everything through its thoughts. So it's having confidence with everything through your thoughts, knowing how powerful you are through its solar text, one letter to one word to one phrasing sentence, okay, to a paragraph, to a story. That's its connection. That changes everything through the body system right away. So they just laugh at me. They're science-based, so I hope this helps too. Yeah, I know, because they're a low vibration, and it's very hard because you're in a higher division of vocabulary. Everybody's going through a process. Everybody's going through their own ascension, through their DNA structures. They're trying to understand what's going on. If they go through reacting cycles and centers and systems and all communication through MSM, what are they learning? They're learning adaptations of thoughts that don't exist. It's existing to them because that's what they think, but that's negative. So every time they relate to anything through negative systems or anything through its violence, that's what they're seeing. That's what they're portraying. That's what they're projecting. And that's what they're adapting to. You know? So it's very important they get out of that and get into the acting cycles of pro systems and everything through its positive feeds. It's very, very hard to find yourself through love of anything. Once you start loving yourself, it's amazing. It changes everything through formation right away. And everything around you, people will treat you a lot better because they see a change in you, right? And they know that, whoa, you look great today. That's a compliment. That's an uprise. They see you change. And then they realize they want to change. Once they start to realize that, now they're coming into the belief. They're coming into the hope. They're coming into the faith. Right? So, yep, your entire reality changes right away. So much love expressed through me. They love me, but don't get it. I know. I know. I know what you're going through. But in relation to that, with anything, with your family, friends, or anybody that you're converting with, it's very important that you keep high rising, because the more you high rise, the more you get balance. The more you get balance, the more you get healing. So eventually you guys are going to be able to heal your friends and family and loved ones. That's very powerful stuff when you get embodied adaptations. So I'm trying to get you guys into that energy cycle, but you've got to get into the vocabulary of its understanding. You know, through your point divisions and your dimensions. I mean, it takes time, but everybody can get there. You know, once you get into the GOD, now you're in the geometrics of divisions or dimensions. Very powerful stuff. It changes everything when you get into the gods. It becomes much more easier for you. You get understanding more when you see somebody, oh, dark energy, you know right away. And if you know how to change it, that's even better. But you have to understand their emotions. Okay, you have to understand their psychological systems. You have to understand their physical systems, the mental and the spiritual. That's the connection of its healing. And that takes time. So it's something to look forward to. It really is, once you get into that division. It's a lot of fun. Oh, you're welcome, Melissa. I'm glad I can help you out. She sees borderlines between what she being taught and pathetic. Yep. I know. It's what she's been taught through its programming. She's got to get out of the deprogramming, reframe the system, readjust, resurface, realign, reanalyze, get into the program of its new program, into the computer system of her, the real computer of her, changing the old computer and coming into a new computer. That's what she's got to get into. So. But it's good too, because these videos help, you know. Michael helps with his videos. He helps himself. And everything's an expansion. Unified helps himself with doing his videos, helps everybody else. Linda does that. Melissa with her art creations. Melissa, have you thought of ever doing a video on YouTube? We're getting a lot more people through expansion now. Maybe you can do a YouTube video just of yourself. You know, just introduce yourself and say, this is what I've learned so far. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Or is Melissa still in the shadows? Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I know what it's like. Yeah. It takes effort. It really takes effort to have a relationship with somebody. But once they accept you, really, really accept you through the soul, that's its connection. And that is the hardest thing to learn. Okay? And they have to like you first before they love you. You know? So, yeah. So, Melissa, if you could try to do that, that'd be great. Because there's a lot of people on the Galactic Force team are high rising. Even Sarah, she's put up videos. I got her out of her circumference and everything through her channel division. I got her up to upgrading systems. Okay, you can start with that. Yeah, do them for yourself. Just do a video of you and just play it back and see what it looks like. You know, try that. So I think that's good. You know, it's an hour and a half. There's a lot going on right now. Try to understand more communications when it comes to meditations of its methods and everything through the matrix of its alignment division. We're still going to go in the matrix. We're still going to be in 0 docile, 0-1, because there's a lot more we need to do through fractions, and we got to get into more numbers. We got to get into alignments. We have to get in more into grades of formations. We have to get into coloration patterns. So there's a lot to do in the matrix. because it sets in so many locations through centers through the atmosphere systems. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Bye for now.